Okay, so starting off with the build quality of the Godox LED64, it's not the best build quality ever. I mean, obviously, for the price point that we're looking at here, it's overall pretty good, though. This would not withstand a serious drop from, say, like, I don't know, maybe 6 feet or so. I mean, it's going to bust. It's going to break. It's made out of a plastic material, so it's not metal. Up here at the top is where you lock and unlock the back panel to get access to your batteries. And if you'll notice here, you have a little slot. And when you unlock it, you can put your fingernail in there and pull the back cover off, which will reveal all of the AA batteries, which I'm a big fan of, not having to use proprietary batteries in order to get this thing powered up. You just lock it back in place. Now, on each of the 3 sides, or the 2 sides in the top, you do have these slots, and there's an adapter that you can slide in there and then attach another one of these to either the sides or the top of it, making this essentially a 4-panel unit. So it is expandable. So if you need more, you can have more. It's like Burger King. You can have it your way with this particular light. That way you don't have to always have a really big light. You can slowly but surely build it up and customize it. Add 1, add 2, add 3, take away 1 if you need less, whatever the case may be. On the bottom, you have a 1/4-20 tap with some threads and your locking wheel down here on the bottom. I do want to go ahead and point out that I did notice that this hot shoe mount did not fit in a couple of the accessories that I have, but it did in fact fit in the hot shoe of my camera. So again, this is plastic, so I do think that realistically you could probably just take a little file and file it down a bit if it didn't fit some of your aftermarket accessories or whatever. Now on the back, moving on, is your intensity dial. This will essentially rotate back and forth, increasing or decreasing the light output of the light. This is your power switch, so you just click that up and then you get power, and then you rotate the dial and you can increase or decrease the intensity of the light. And it will accept a DC 5-volt auxiliary input. It didn't come with it. I'm sure you could buy it aftermarket and everything would be just swell. But overall, it's a very complete system, you know, in a very easy system to work with. AAA or AA batteries, a very simple but effective power intensity dial, easy one-touch on and off switch, and it could be powered externally with an auxiliary cable. So if you're looking for some supplemental light, or, you know, it just sort of accent lights maybe, this is fantastic for, I don't know, randomly, incrementally, and effectively lighting small, darker areas in a scene where you just want a little bit of extra light, or if you combine it with multiple units, you can really, really brighten up a scene. So in this scenario, I think this would be a really good scenario to kind of test the light out in. We've got a subject backlit, so you're going to have a couple of problems maybe with getting the correct exposure in the front. In this particular case, we've got a full window in the background. All of the highlights are blown out, so it's a complete wash back behind the subject. So you really need to sort of get some of that light on the front. So I'm going to use the Godox LED64. Just going to turn it on, and that's on its lowest setting, and we've already added a little bit of detail in there. Now let me go ahead and bump up the brightness. I'm slowly going through the entire range of light output. So we went from this to that. And the light, the Godox LED64, is about 3 foot away. The light output really is quite strong, and in, you know, very unknown lighting conditions, in different types of lighting situations where you just might need a little bit of extra light in order to maybe acquire focus, or to at least shed some level of light that you can crank back your ISO a little bit, this thing is really, really going to come in handy for me in a lot of different situations. Just about every scenario that I can come up with for the price. I mean, literally $20 to $21, something like that on Amazon. I will leave the link down in the description down below. But for that price point, just being able to fill in a couple of shadows. I've got the light on right in front of me now. It's about, again, 3 feet away. It's probably on about 50% power. You know, it's a great light. It's decent build quality, and my biggest thing is that because it's very light and it's very compact, you can slip it into a bag and you're never even going to really notice it. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff that you can buy out there that's going to make you feel super duper pro. Everyone's going to be jerking you off and making you feel like, oh, Mark, you are a badass photographer. Look at all your gear. But really, it's the simple things for me. I really like functional yet small. Everything doesn't have to be, again, some big dick measuring contest every time you open up your camera bag. So having smaller, lighter, more compact gear is always a better thing. So I do want to go ahead and just point out the fact that the whole thing that I'm using right now is the Godox LED64. I'm using a very small compact camera, the Sony a6300 with the 10 to 18 millimeter lens on the front, and I'm also using the video micro from Rode right up here above me to record my voice. So, and I'm using it all on the Joby GorillaPod. This is basically a mobile studio for me. I can literally take this just about anywhere. I can set it down, set it up, and it doesn't require a whole lot of messing about. So smaller lights, smaller cameras, smaller lenses, smaller microphones, and you can still get just amazing quality. So I don't know, man, that's just kind of my shtick. Some people really like it a lot bigger. I know there's a few size queens out there, but not me. So at any rate, guys, thanks again for watching the program, and if you enjoyed this kind of content, consider supporting the channel by clicking on those links if you decide to buy this light down in the description box down below. So at any rate, thanks again for stopping here. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I will see you guys again on the next one. Peace out.